We're here with Georgia, well, I was with Madison Citrus Nursery. You know what? Let's let a few people get in there first, because we're recording and ain't nobody watching.
Okay.
They'll see the live pop up, and then all of
Okay.
a sudden everybody will come in.
Sounds good.
But we can just talk, because,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Sounds good.
I definitely need to get with you on the figs.
Yeah, definitely. We grow a couple hundred varieties.
Do you ship?
We do ship. We ship figs. We're based out of close to the Waco, Texas area.
We got to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we mainly grow in high tunnels.
Okay.
We're a zone 8A.
That is my zone.
Yeah, and so we generally get between 5 to 10 degrees, 1 to 3 nights out of the year.
Okay.
Teens about 1 to 2 weeks out of the year, and then a lot of 20s and then 30s too as well for winter time.
So you're colder than my zone 8A.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. It's only just a couple hours or maybe
Yeah,
like 8
yeah.
to
Because
12
we'll
hours.
bottom at maybe a 15
Yeah.
at worst.
I wish we were 15.
Yeah, at worst.
There's times where,
Okay. Bro, come on, get over here.
hey, how's it
This
going?
is Brian from Texas. He's a fig guy.
I'm Brian. Nice to meet you.
This is Broke Farmer.
Okay. I'm also
He's also.
Oh, really? A fig guy too as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Not very good at it.
Okay. Hey, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm still learning myself.
But we about to work something out.
But once y'all work it out,
Yeah,
then
yeah. I
There you
got
go.
you.
Real
I
work.
got
There
you.
you go. Okay.
But he's also a YouTuber.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm more of a citrus guy.
Yeah, he crazy citrus.
Oh, crazy citrus. Okay.
Crazy
I'm not-
citrus guy.
I'm trying to grow varieties that for myself that are sellable.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the ones like we tried today that are too sour for I think a good majority of people, but for citrus freaks, they'll take it.
Come on, get in this thing. We live.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting on my pickup. Y'all know I bought some more citrus.
Show the evidence.
Well, no, I got this one free. This is the
Okay.
Tissue Mandarin. I already have one. I got two. I got a Weeping Dragon and a Carl Card.
Okay.
Okay.
I picked up the Fuyu.
Oh yeah.
You know I
Wait,
couldn't.
they had it?
Yeah, it was out front.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I got to stop out front.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, see y'all later. Hey, grow some. Don't buy that and live on.
All right, so plug yourself, man.
Yeah, so my name is Brian. I own Little Bear Farm. It's Little, and then Bear is Bexar. And then farm, we grow figs, citrus, mainly under high tunnels, but we do have a couple stuff that's outside too as well. We do some blueberries, and that's where being here, I recognized him, and I was like,
Hey.
I grow blueberries, but not like this right
Yeah,
here. This is
yeah.
a whole complete different level.
But check this out. He grows figs. I don't have figs.
Yeah.
So
The connection, yeah.
you know. So y'all look for figs on growingoutthebox.com, because we speaking this into existence right now.
Yeah. So that, and then we do a lot of flowers,
Okay.
veggies, and blackberries too for us.
Okay, all right.
Persimmons,
Persimmons?
as well,
Okay.
but not a big scale. Only like 20, 30 trees of
Okay.
persimmons, give or take.
All right.
Jujubes as well.
I just got my first jujube.
Oh man, they're fantastic.
I got the honey jar.
Yeah, that's an excellent one. Right
Now I'm hearing that Lee is a good.
there. I think Lee's good. It's just big, or it's fairly.
Are they good companions?
I personally like Honey Jar is a good one, and there's a couple others that I'm blanking off the top of my head, but Honey Jar I know is a good one.
Okay.
It's a little bit smaller.
Right.
It's early-ish, and it does very well.
Okay.
I think overall, it doesn't get massive like some of the other
That's.
jujube trees.
I like
Yeah.
the compactness
Which
of
I think
it.
is good for I think a good majority of.
Yeah. Because I picked up the Fuyu.
For you, excellent.
It's small, compact.
Fuyu is excellent. I like that one as a non-astringent. I
Right.
like one that I really recently tried out of my astringent varieties is Haichia.
Okay.
Nothing fancy about it. You could get it probably at a lot of big box stores or pretty much anywhere else. But man, that taste is
but you're gonna get it from.
Oh no, I don't. Sell
you don't have. Okay,
no,
you
yeah,
don't
so
have
I don't
that
sell
one.
any
Okay.
persimmons, no
Okay.
jujubes, but pretty much you can get it
Okay.
anywhere.
So now the blueberries that you have, are they rabbit eyes, southern, northern?
I had rabbit eye. Tiff Blue.
Okay.
The one that kind of everybody knows about.
Right.
Did very, very well. No issues with it at all, except for it was at a time of the year where it's kind of mid to late June, July,
Right,
where it's
right.
hot.
Right.
Nobody wants to pick it at all, including my kids.
Yeah.
So, so I'm trying to go more so for southern
Okay.
high bush, where if I
That's
can
my
get it
thing
maybe
there.
late April, May, if
That
not
would-
early June, something
That
like
would be the, if you can get your hand on the Sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart falls mid to late, but you'll have your Hello Darling first, Bless Your Heart, which is a rabbit eye, falls in next. The only thing I don't have is a late.
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking for. It's probably gonna be a rabbit eye,
Wrap it up. Okay.
but
Yeah.
and then I'll have the whole summer covered
Gotcha.
with blueberries. So
Gotcha.
that's my goal right there.
Nice.
So,
Excellent.
but definitely on the figs. You're gonna be my go-to guy on the
man.
figs. So,
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Every day, always learning. Still trying to figure it out.
All right.
So, but also learning blueberries too as well.
Hey.
Just how you do it.
that's
how
what
can I
it's
get better
about.
at it?
It's
And how
about
can I get to it
sharing.
fast?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about sharing.
So-
And when he mentioned the cottonseed up there, I was like, okay, somebody know about the cottonseed.
I've known about it only because we have a lot of old school growers where I'm
Okay,
at, but it's just
okay.
veggies. It's
Okay.
not it's not trees at all
Yeah.
whatsoever. It's all veggies,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Why don't you use it?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Citrus loves it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
And so
And it also acidifies.
Yeah.
So it keeps, without having to, especially in the pots where
Yeah.
you're having a lot of,
Yeah.
washout,
yeah,
keeps that thing right there at that 6.5 where
Yeah.
you want that citrus at.
yeah.
And I'll be going more into the citrus next year, of course, because now I got a supplier.
Yeah, good.
So Madison Citrus Nursery Expo 2025 is where we're at today.
Yep.
We're going to be doing lots of business with Madison. So if you guys are looking for your citrus, Madison Citrus Nursery is the place you want to go. We're going to be having that on growingoutthebox.com. 2026 is when we're going to gear up to go. But this is my new friend, Brian.
Brian.
Hey, Brian. Brian.
Hey, doesn't get better than that right there.
And I met a Keith, so I'm a Brian Keith.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, so I just met a Keith. I bought a plant from a Keith
Okay.
up
Nice.
front.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
okay,
Awesome.
so we're going to mosey around here because I think they're going to be putting the broom on us in a minute,
Yeah.
telling us it's time to go. So we're going to just keep it going because we're going to keep this thing recording. We got what was this? What was
That's a Kishu. That's an
Kishu.
excellent piece of citrus right there.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
All right.
I usually tell a lot of people to grow that one, specifically for kids. It's a very good one. My kids love that one right there.
Okay.
Probably the first picked off citrus in my whole orchard.
Okay.
That one right there.
Okay.
Everybody.
Well, we're gonna exchange like official contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
that
can
sounds good.
stay in
I'll
touch.
be around.
Okay. Yeah. Let them get in there. Come on, follow us out, Tan. I got your stuff here. So I don't know if we got left out of the citrus, the tour. Yeah, I think they just left out for the last tour. That's the. Oh, that's the candle. That's her candle. Yeah. So, I think we just got left out of the last tour, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think we got left out of the last tour. And there is, what was his name? Izzy? Izzy. Was it Izzy? I think they've already gone in for the last one, but he was going to take us in to show us separate. So I'm still looking for if they have any more of those persimmons, because they were delicious. Yeah. So again, we're down at Madison Citrus Nursery, 2025 Citrus Expo. It's wrapping up right now. It's been a 2-day event, absolutely amazing. The hospitality is great. You can see all the citrus still on the table. Just give a quick pan of the table, Tam. Give a quick pan of the table. So all the citrus that they had out today. All right.
Do you want to go on a tour?
Yes.
Okay, they started a few minutes ago. I don't know if they're going to do another one. So if you want to catch up, I can get you caught up with them.
Okay.
It is up to you, or if you want to wait and see if they're going to do another one.
I think Lou was gonna kind of do something
Okay.
a little more
Okay,
exclusive.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Tam's walking around now, just showing you guys some of the citrus that they've had here. I'm on the other side of the room. They have the Buddha hand here, and this is the one plant that I showed you guys earlier this year, the Buddha hand.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pick that up?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show this.
If you want to take it home, you can.
Yes.
Any of the fruit on the ground in the bags down here, you're more than welcome to take.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the Buddha hand. This is that little tree that I showed you guys last week. But you see how that does, what it is, as that starts to develop, it'll spread out and look like a hand. But that's what's called Buddha hand. And this is all rind. There's no flesh in here. So this is what we're growing at home also. Can you go back? Go ahead. Okay. So seeds, you don't want seeds from citrus. Yeah, all the citrus are grafted. So you're gonna have your grafts. Let's see here. I'll take this with me.
I think they're asking what that was again, that squash.
No, this is citrus. It's a Buddha hand lemon. This is the plant that I showed you guys last week when I showed you the two that I did the cuttings on. This is what that is, a Buddha hand lemon. It hasn't opened up yet, but usually when they open up, they'll kind of look like a hand upside down. But that's why it's called the Buddha hand. You can do marmalades with it. It's real good with marmalades. You can do all kind of dishes with it. I mean, it's really good. Candy. All of this is flesh. You can eat the entire thing. And you can candy it. It's really good candy. But what I was trying to show you is the reason why you don't do seeds, because all of it's grafted. All the citrus is going to be grafted. Yeah, this is the scion up top, and your graft is on the bottom, which is going to be your root stock. So that's what we're going to be doing. There's probably a Ponsyrus trifoliate on the bottom, and I keep forgetting what this is on top because there's no name on it. But we got, my sis Tam won this, and they gave away a lot of these down here. Again, we're at Madison Citrus Farm, and what's that? Madison Citrus Nursery. This is the 2025 Citrus Expo. So we got Lou right here, and Lou's gonna take us on a tour of the facility, and we're gonna, I guess we can leave this here whenever you're ready, man.
All right,
However you wanna do
we
it.
can leave, you want to put that?
Yeah, we'll just leave this right here.
And then we'll head inside, we'll take a tour and see what we've got to offer.
Yeah. This is Lou here.
How you doing?
Madison Citrus Nursery.
Excited to have you.
He's going to be one of our guides going through the tour, going through the tour of the nursery, showing you guys what's going to be available going into 2026 season, growing out the box, Madison Citrus Nursery. We're going to be doing some good things. So you know where to get your citrus from now. Certified Madison Citrus Nursery. USDA certified, all inspected. And when you see the greenhouse, you're going to see that they're really doing. Can you sit that in there? Yeah, just sit that in there for me. I should have took this in there. Hold on. Let me take this in. Let me throw this in there too. Somebody,
Absolutely.
because I know you don't want to take nothing in there.
Buddha's in here.
Yeah. I'm growing two
That was
Buddhas.
from in here, right?
Yeah,
We're good then.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Everything in here is certified. So
Yeah. You heard that? Everything in here is certified.
one or the other.
One or the other, or certifiable. So we're gonna go in here. You see how they got the decontaminated, decontaminants. So you're gonna get
sprayed
sprayed
out on the way in and make sure you've got no bacteria on you, things like that, and that way you can then get in. We've got positive pressure blowing air out, keeps the bugs and everything else out, which helps us keep that certification.
So everybody that's in here has gone through a little hand wash and also a little spray down.
And all the fruit was pulled from in here to here, so that's all still certified.
Okay, so everything that you saw on the table in here is all certified. That means it has not been out of this room. So we'll go in and see what we got here. All right.
Come on in.
Come on, Tim. So this is where it all happens.
So these first couple rows right here, the first 3 rows are all in alphabetical order. They're all 1 gallon.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1
Yeah,
second.
absolutely.
The other, you have the other mic? Yeah, we're gonna do this official. I'm gonna give you a mic.
What you got, TGIs?
There you go.
See, I got the,
See, I came ready.
yeah, it's awesome.
I came ready. Let's see, we just flip that on. And we are in. You can plug it on your shirt, however you want to do it. There you go, Tam. See, that's the perfect manager / assistant. Tam.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Always comes ready.
So what I was saying is there's gonna be a little bit of noise with the fan. We'll get away from it real quick.
No, we good, because that audio is going to block all that out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So these trees in these first 3 rows on both sides are the trees that we sell on the internet. We basically have them listed. They're all in alphabetical order of every variety that we offer. So when you put an order through, we would come and we would grab a tree from that aisle and then we would get that tree shipped out. But these are all the varieties that we have. When we run out of the 12 or 24 that we have here staged, we then go out and we pick them up out there and bring them back in. So out there is kind of the process of where we do the grafting, where they grow out, where we have the rootstock growing, and that's what we're going to look at over here next.
Now, question.
Yep.
Are there stages that you can purchase these in, or all of them in this?
So the stages for us are going to be 1 gallon or 3 gallon.
Okay.
Okay, so you're either going to get it in the 1 gallon tree pot,
Okay.
4x4 by 13.5, or they're going to be grown out with more roots
Okay.
inside of a 3 gallon pot.
Okay.
The other part of that though is when they're stacked really tight together like this, they don't grow a lot of branches. We will top them, so you'll notice they are starting to branch
For
out.
shipping.
But when you put them in the 3 gallon pot, that's when you actually start to get that expansion because you have more room for it.
Right.
They take up more room on the floor.
Right.
We don't offer 3 gallon pots of everything,
Okay.
only the more popular stuff that people tend to purchase. Because of the space that it would take up in the
All
greenhouse.
right.
Going this way though, you'll see, again, we've got some beautiful variegated trees. Now that they're in alphabetical order, they're all together.
Okay.
This is a row of trees that were just grafted. And when we get down to the other house, I'll show you some more of it. But the way that it works is every one of those where the dividers are is another variety that was grafted. So we'll get budwood, for example, from UC or from CCPP, from Rock Cristiano. We'll bring it in-house, we'll graft what we can get, grow out increased trees, which I'll show you further in the greenhouse. And then those will then be used to get more budwood that's certified that we would then graft the trees that we would grow and sell.
Certified.
Certified's important. I mean, a lot of people go on eBay or Amazon and they'll buy trees and you never know what you're going to get as far as viruses and pests and other things like that that'll come in. So we go through so many precautions here to make sure that we protect the trees so that when you get them, you know that they don't have any issues because it could infect not only your trees, your other trees that you get, or even your neighbor's trees.
That's right.
So it's important.
When you purchase from growingoutthebox.com, this is where they'll be coming from. Madison Citrus
we're
Nursery.
excited.
Certified.
There are, I believe it is the first USDA certified nursery. There's other nurseries, but they're not certified. They can sell some varieties that we can't, but the problem with that is the varieties they're selling, they may or may not be clean, and that's the problem there. That's
You
the
see this?
certification.
All of this stuff's grown inside.
So if you follow me in here, this is going to be, for example, a row of rootstock.
Yeah, trifoliates.
What we do is we'll grow seed. We'll grow out a whole table of rootstock, and then we'll actually graft. This is an entire table of 3,050 Shiranui trees. So a customer that grows them, or we're growing them for the farmers, they'll put them right in the field, and you'll notice that these were grafted to this rootstock, and then they were topped, and they're starting to just branch out, and that's when they would be sold and put in the field. So the same trees that you're buying are the exact same trees that the farmer would put in his field to grow out for fruit production and to get the amount of fruit that he'd make money with.
And if you look at this, can I touch this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Come and look at this. You see the 3 here? That's the trifoliate, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct. Yep.
Okay, trifoliate. This is that big tree that I have in my backyard that I use to graft onto,
Exactly.
and then I do an air layer and take the plants off.
The one thing that I will say with trifoliate is there's multiple trifoliates that we use.
Right.
So trifoliate really just means 3 leaves instead of 1. So this would be monofoliate, this would be trifoliate. There's a bunch of different rootstocks in between. There's standard ones that would grow your tree very quickly, which we use for our increased trees because we're trying to grow as much vegetation and as much branching as we can.
This guy. I like this guy.
The other is, semi-dwarf, which is great for dooryard stuff, and we're going to be doing more on that.
Okay.
And then flying dragon, which keeps them a little bit smaller, but
Right.
there's some issues with it that we don't like as far as recovery time.
Okay.
Because it just grows slower every year.
Right.
But trifoliate is the rootstock you really want your trees on, unless you're buying a lime. It's not cold hardy enough anyways, so
so
we're
it's
actually starting to do
needed.
that on lime rootstock because it takes a little bit better.
What about the kumquats? Are they grafted onto?
It's all
a
on trifoliate.
Okay.
We will never do dwarf kumquats because the kumquats already grow slow enough that if you put them on dwarf, you're just not going to get a tree that's big enough to make enough fruit for you.
Okay, that makes sense.
A lot of thought goes into the rootstock that we put it on, even though we've got a bunch of different varieties that we use. It's based on compatibility. It's based on what we would want to grow. There's so many factors that go into it.
Okay.
So just trust us that it's on the rootstock that you're going to want to grow.
Right. Okay.
All right. And then we'll head this way real quick, and then we're going to actually go down
So
here.
these would be flying dragons.
This is Flying Dragon from here up, and then this is Sippo grafted on top.
Okay. So now how do we know the difference between a regular trifoliate and the Flying Dragon trifoliate?
So I'll show you, I'm sure we've got some Flying Dragon back there, but really the biggest way to notice the difference is, let me grab this one real quick.
The wiggle. I call it the wiggle.
Yeah, so there's a couple things. And some of them are even more contorted than this. But you can tell, and it's a little harder to graft because it's not as flat,
Right.
but you'll see the wiggles in it. And then the other piece of that is something a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more contorted is right next to you. So this is Weeping Dragon.
Oh, that's the one.
And this
Broke
is a
was looking
Flying
for.
Dragon that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and you've got much more contortion to it, but
Okay.
that's how you can tell the influence.
Okay.
It's way different than everything else. Whereas if you look at the other rootstocks, they don't have as
So
much
now
of that.
what
They grow
is
straight.
what is the use for this?
It's
Or is
purely
it just
ornamental.
ornamental?
So
Okay.
if you can imagine, as I pull it apart, this sitting on your porch or your patio, and then just draped in flowers, and then some, some
right.
small fruit.
Okay.
It's purely ornamental. It's not something you would want to eat, but it does extend the zone because it's so cold hardy.
But this is the rootstock that you use for the dwarfing.
So this is the rootstock, and this is where it was grafted. So it's rootstock on the way up, and then another variety grafted on top of it,
Okay.
which is that variety that weeps.
Okay, great.
All right, and we're gonna head straight down this way, and then we're gonna make a loop through the greenhouse.
follow
Yeah, we
you.
can walk down this way. So all of these trees are ones that we have grafted, and they're just growing out, and we'll go ahead and pull them over, ship them out on the website. So there's a whole bunch of different varieties, including Australian finger limes, or finger lime giants in that case.
Okay.
So all of these were grafted, to give you a time frame on them, they were grafted last year. So they grafted in June of last year. They grow pretty quickly.
So I was just about to ask, see, I see fruit here, because
Yep.
I was going to ask that. So
Yeah.
how soon after grafting should the customer expect fruit?
So there's an easy answer and a hard answer. Okay?
Okay.
The easy answer is all of our trees are grafted with mature buds, and the mature buds will fruit or are capable of fruiting in 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
So we will have trees in here now. As I said, this was actually grafted 6/11/2024, so a year and a half.
year.
And
And
this
it's
is,
already putting
I mean,
on
this
fruit.
is a fruit that is fully mature. So some of them will fruit right away. Some of them will fruit next season. But the
But
biggest
they will
part of-
flower, they may not hold.
yeah, well, it depends on what time of year they get them.
Okay.
So let's say that they get them now, first season's over with, so it's not gonna have fruit this year. That's why we say 1 to 2.
Okay.
But next season, it'll definitely flower, and they almost all hold something.
Okay.
But here's the trick. For the weight of the fruit, that's the weight of the
bush can't
vegetation.
hold it, so
Well,
you're
it's
gonna-
also the weight that it would have grown on the tree. So it's recommended for the first 2 to 3 years that you pull the fruit
Right.
and let the tree
That's the
grow.
hard part.
It's so hard. And I've got trees in my personal trees at the house where they're 1 gallons and there's 1 fruit and it's like hung over, like you said, all the way to
tree
ground.
just can't handle it.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the best fruit that you get out of it, so
Okay,
you kind of have
just
to make that.
sacrifice it.
Yeah, some people that are at home that really don't care about big trees, I'll be like, keep 1 or 2. You know what I mean, just so you can try it.
Yeah.
but
Just
don't let
for
it.
the-
Yeah, exactly. Don't let it for the
I tell
Instagram,
people
for
that
the
with
gram.
blueberries because I tell everybody to remove your blueberries
Yep.
for the fruit, and that never happens.
No, of course not. But I mean, we're also on the other side of that, where we got trees where we're like, well, I probably should have taken that off.
Yeah,
But everyone's excited about fruit.
that's right.
The good news is grafted trees, and that's all that we really sell. 1 to 2 years, so you don't have to wait too long.
1 or 2 years. Hear that? 1 or 2 years, you'll have fruit.
And is the house that we do most of our production grafting in now.
Okay. So this is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens for sure.
Okay. And
So-
we're about to catch up to the tour.
Yeah, we'll slow down a little bit in here.
You see that we're getting a personal tour. My guy Lou is giving us a personal tour of the facilities.
It's the only way to do it.
See, this is where we met at. And since we kind of met, we've been, 2026, growing out the box.
It's gonna be exciting.
Madison Citrus Nursery. We got to look for that 2026 Expo,
Yeah.
and they're going to be talking about that. So, as again, the partnership grows, we'll be sharing all of that information with you, and we'll keep you plugged into everything that they have going on down here.
So one of the exciting things when you were in there talking or listening to Rob Cristiano talk too, talking about cleanup. So the varieties that aren't certified, like we were talking about earlier, when we get varieties, because we do collect as well, so we come into contact with varieties that aren't necessarily certified, they can never come in here. However, if it's a variety that makes sense, it can be sent to California, where Rob Cristiano is at
Okay.
CCPP, and they will go through that cleanup program.
Certified.
Yeah, well, so what they do is they will get rid of all the pathogens and all that. They do
Okay.
tip grafting, which basically they grow it real fast, cut it off and graft that, and hopefully it grows some of the virus out, and then they test it and do it again if they have
So
to.
once again, I can't express this enough. Certified.
Yes, and
That's
that
the
means
word
that it's
for
clean.
the day. Certified.
So the reason why I bring that up though is because this variety behind you is exclusive to us.
Oh.
So this is a variety that we paid to have clean up.
Okay.
And this is a variety that you can only get through us.
So what is this?
This is MCN1, which is a variegated sweet orange. So it's a pretty plant
How
that makes fruit
cold
that's
hardy
good. It's like it would be as cold hardy as a normal sweet orange would
Okay,
be. So
so
they're
32
relatively cold hardy,
down
but they're
to
not
32.
mandarins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain what cold hardy is to people that might not.
Citrus guy.
So cold hardiness is an interesting thing because it's essentially how cold or how much cold can your tree tolerate before you start to get severe dieback or damage. The problem is everybody wants a number. Everyone wants to know, well, it's okay at 19, but at 18, it's not.
Right.
And that's not really how it works. There's so many variables that go into it, and it's how long is the cold going to happen, or how the duration of the cold.
duration.
How cold was it? How windy was it? Was it planted in a depression, or was it on a hill? Is it near the house?
Wind.
Yeah,
all of
is the
those
tree
things
healthy? Was it
factor
recently
in.
watered? Did the cold event happen in November or did it happen in January?
Yes,
So
yes.
all of those things kind of factor in.
And to go straight to your point, the fruit is never.
No, you don't want the fruit to freeze.
Yeah, so
I
once
mean,
that fruit freezes, it's done.
so the good news is some of the bigger oranges, they'll handle again the duration. They handle a couple
short
hours.
frost,
You know what I mean? But if it's a longer freeze, it's all going to be mush because the
Because
vesicles
my
inside freeze.
Brown Select
Yep.
went through that 25 last week, but it was only for a couple of hours.
Exactly.
And she looks to be.
And I had the
appears
same,
to
and
be.
all my fruit
Okay.
went through it just fine. The only
Okay.
thing I didn't have out was lemons and limes. Everything else,
Okay. Yeah.
everything
and
else.
and my
separate.
Brown Select is in the ground.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So she's got
So
to make it.
the quick ones are good, but the
Okay.
cold hardiness answer is a little harder because there's so much that goes into it. There's relatively cold hardiness, so some of the hybrids, then you've got kumquats and the mandarins, things like that are much more cold hardy than say a lemon or a lime.
So what would you say is the most cold hardy from 1 to 5 that you have, according to
So
that thing that we call cold hardy?
And this is where it gets fun because
Okay.
we have really cold hardy stuff, but if you look at a graph, the inverse relationship between cold hardy and good to eat, they go different directions.
Okay.
So the more cold hardy they get, the less you'd really want to eat it.
Okay.
As they were showing in there, Flying Dragon is super cold hardy.
But the fruit is.
Yeah, you'd never want to eat it. So there's some rootstock
Yeah.
that's cold hardy, like 942.
Okay.
When it ripens, it's actually tasty.
Okay.
So if you could only grow that, it would be worth it. If I
So
could
now,
only grow Flying
is
Dragon, I
there
wouldn't.
any truth to, as you start to grow the trifoliates from seed,
Yep.
would each one of those be a different taste?
So citrus come in different forms as far as whether they are mono embryonic or whether they've got 2 embryos in there, and that gets into the breeding side of it where some grow true to type and some don't.
Right.
There's no, I don't know enough about that to speak to it, but what
Okay.
I will say is typically I believe if there's more than one that pop out, the stronger one is
they'll
more
be
of a
dominant.
clone, the
Okay.
second one is kind of different.
Okay.
So if you were to grow out those seconds, you may get something different. But the
Okay.
problem is growing from seed like that, you're 8 years away before you see fruit, or 10 years away.
Yeah.
Maybe kumquats are quicker,
So
but
you hear that?
so it's hard.
Seeds are going to be 8 to 10 years away if you grow from seed,
And 10 to 13 if it's a lemon.
unless it's a kumquat.
Yeah,
which-
kumquats
which-
are like 3 or 4 or something
Okay,
like that.
yeah.
I have access to everything. I still grow seed because it's fun to watch the process.
Okay.
But I would never grow seed hoping for fruit.
Yeah.
Because it's just so far off.
unless it's a trifoliate,
Okay.
and you're growing it for rootstock.
Yeah, yeah. If you're growing it for rootstock, then yeah, it would make sense in that. You know, the seed grown stuff here, I think it's ready to graft within a year or so.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that would be worth it.
Great.
These guys are grafting over here. This is rootstock, and what we do with grafting, we've got plenty of grafting videos on the YouTube.
Can we show that or no?
Yeah, we can. They're just wrapping and tying. I don't know. We'll see if they're grafting back there or not. But we.
Don't get her, Tam. Just what she's doing.
So what we do is we actually bend over the rootstock. We can come down here. So we bend over the rootstock, and we have a bunch of grafting videos on YouTube that you can see actually the process. But
Oh, that's cool.
so we bend over the rootstock, and then we'll do a side veneer graft, which will actually slice into the side of the rootstock, insert the bud, as you can see here. So there's a slice in the rootstock. The bud is inserted.
So now why not?
Oh, she
remove-
actually is doing the grafting. So yeah, you can see right there. So what she's doing is she's flattening one side of the budwood, and then once that's flattened, she'll slide it into the slit that she made in the rootstock itself, and then wrap it with the parafilm, and
So
then
you are getting first-hand lesson in how to graft.
you could be buying that tree in about a
Absolutely.
year from now.
Yes.
So now what she'll do is she'll go and she'll wrap it with the parafilm, which actually keeps moisture out, and then she'll wrap it with
So
the
now-
tape afterwards.
Why are we leaving the extension on the top of that?
So-
is that to keep it from drying out?
No, what we found is if you bend it over, you've now created the top bud, which is where it's going to push most of the energy. As you can see, if you look at how high it is, the top bud is now the variety we want. So instead of going through and cutting them, we wait until they take to make sure that they've taken, and then we'll go ahead and come back and we'll clip out the rootstock here.
Okay.
It's just, this is sending, I believe, chemicals down to the tree.
Right, because where the roots
it thinks
will
it
push
broke.
roots.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's trying to heal itself.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
thinks that there was damage to the tree, so now it's trying to push, and it's pushing right where that bud is. So there's a little bit of science to it. It's more than, I don't do this part, so there's a little bit more to it than I can explain, but from
Just
what I
in
understand,
theory,
that's
it makes sense.
yeah, and when you bend it over, sometimes you can actually hear a little bit of a crunch too, you know what I mean? So it's like you're breaking some of the strands, and the
now
tree's
it wants
stressed
to-
there, and
and
now
now it wants to fix that.
Exactly.
So it's pushing down where the roots would normally go.
Yep, and it's promoting the
push it
healing.
up to get the healing.
Yep.
Two-pronged
So,
approach. That's all right.
Usually there's a team that does it, and they can get a bed done pretty quickly. And our success rate, I mean, they're great at what they do. Our success rate is pretty high.
That's
You know, high 98, 99% kind of
That
thing.
is awesome.
So they do really well.
All right.
This one right behind us was already grafted. As you can see, they're already starting to push out. These were grafted, which is kind of crazy. This was grafted October 11th, 2025. And there's the graft, and it's
But
already
this
pushed.
is what's amazing.
Flower, yeah.
They're
They'll come
flowering.
through and they'll pull that so they're not wasting energy. But I mean, look how much this is already pushed, and it's only been a month.
That's great.
And it's because where you bend it over, it's now pushing that energy there.
Okay. So now coming down, I have just learned a new grafting technique.
Yeah, and you'll have to check out the videos.
Yes.
We've done multiples, and I
Okay.
mean, we
Well,
don't get a ton of views, but I mean, they're
we're
like
gonna
30,
be doing-
40,000.
Well, we're finna get more views.
Yeah, yeah,
We're finna
I
get
appreciate
more
that.
views. We're finna be sharing. So we're gonna be sharing a lot of these techniques because this is my first time. Just being honest, this is my first time seeing that.
Yeah, it's so
So-
different, and he's done it for so long and gone through all the different types of grafting. And one of our videos actually shows 4 different types that people typically graft,
Okay.
and then the reason why we do ours. You know what I mean? So
That is awesome there. I like that.
You can't
so
argue with
again,
success.
you can't argue with it. So again, these type things here that they've already established. They've already, got their brand and they know exactly what they're doing. We're going to be sharing those videos along with Growing Out the Box because this is where we're going to be getting our citrus from. So we're going to be leaning on them for a lot of the answers.
we'll
My
help
guy
with the
Lou
education side for
has
sure.
been putting me up on everything, so getting me up to speed on even how to set the site up and the policies and things of that nature, just making sure that we're all in sync with each other. So I really appreciate just everything that he's been adding.
Where can they send questions? Because they're asking a few questions.
When the video goes live, because we're live now, but when the video goes back up, put your questions in the comments. Yeah, put your questions in the comments, and then we'll go back and answer the questions. Even in the live chat, I'll go back and read the chat, and I'll pluck out whatever questions there, and we will guarantee get those answered.
Perfect. And I'll also help you build out a frequently asked questions and some answers.
Yes,
maybe
sir.
maybe help with some of the
You see
questions that are
You
more
see
common.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
My
we'll get that
guy's
done.
just on it, man. This is Lou. I have to keep shouting him out. It's Lou.
So as we move through here, these are varieties that we've grafted again for up front. You'll notice they're segmented. We don't tend to graft full tables back here. However, we will. So for example, these are roped off for a farm client. And same with these ones right here. So this is really the workhorse house where we do most of the grafting in. And this is one of the newer sections that Herschel had put on.
So these are your grafting
Yep,
tables
these are
here.
another setup that were grafted, a MOA 8 Marathon, which is a variety that's restricted, so we can't really sell it to everybody.
Okay.
But, you know, it's so exciting to be in here, and though
It is.
it gets warm,
Oh,
but it's amazing what
yeah.
you can see in here.
Yeah.
And then more rootstock here and more rootstock there. So like I said, these are all grown from seed in a bed. They pull them out, they put them in each individual pot, grow them out, and then they graft.
Yeah. See all of these. Now, how long is these?
True learning experience.
Absolutely. And like I said, this is what we're trying to do to you. Going 2026, going forward, growingoutthebox.com, and like I say, partnering with Madison Citrus Nursery, we're trying to give you guys all the keys to be successful in whatever it is that you're trying, whether it be from the blueberries that we have or the citrus that they specialize in. We're definitely going to be showing, like even that grafting, I have to keep going back to that. That's my first time seeing that. So I saw it for the first time just like you guys. So you already know when I get back to the house, I'm about to be bending some plants over trying to see how that works, and then he has a grafting knife. Oh man.
Yeah, they're nice.
All handmade?
Everything's handmade, yeah. We're gonna put it up on the site with pictures so you can actually see the wood block that it starts with.
Oh, man.
Yeah, everything's handmade, and it's funny because everyone that grafts here,
Tell them about that grafting knife.
well, everyone that grafts here has been doing it for a long, long time, and they wear the blades down from, a blade that's about that long to this little short nub because they've used it for so much.
Right.
Herschel just made more of them, had them on the table the other day for this event, and every one of the workers that came through, their eyes just lit up when they saw the new knives because they thought they were getting them.
Okay.
So he makes them out of, I believe it's cherry wood.
Handmade.
Yeah, handmade. It's out of a block of cherry wood. He uses, I believe, a 5% cobalt blade. He'll put it into the wood, glue it in there, and then he will actually shape it by hand. There's no template. He physically shapes it by hand to when it's comfortable for him. The sides aren't the same because one side is a little bit more flat with the way you hold it in your hand. Everything is thought out.
Everyone one of a kind.
Yeah, everyone is one of a
Each
kind
one
for
is
sure.
one of a kind.
And then he'll, hand sharpen the blade. They all look a little bit different, but they are the sharpest things you'd ever have, and they hold the sharpness really well.
And if they have it, we're gonna have it.
Yeah, we'll
Somebody said they thought they were getting them.
They thought they were getting what?
So I guess the blades, the people, I guess.
Oh yeah, they thought they were gonna
the
give
workers,
them away.
the workers all thought they were, He's got to make another batch, but they were all super excited about it.
I'm
Because
gonna
they
get
work,
me one of those.
they use them for years, and they wear them all down, and then they get so excited when they see the new ones.
Well, just know that when you start seeing me grafting, Herschel, that's the owner.
Yeah.
Herschel, he's gonna be the one my blade. That's where that's gonna come from. And
awesome.
he is
he
awesome.
really is. And he's all about a lot of places will just sell you stuff.
Yeah.
And he wants
is
you to actually grow
hands
it and try it and taste it and love it and then want more.
Yes.
So it's a completely different way. I mean, even our event today, he brought in nursery owners from competing nurseries.
Yes.
Just so
to
they
let
could
him
share the
see
information.
How he's doing it.
Yeah. And so they could share information
And-
about them. Yeah.
And an extension of.
Yeah, exactly.
The people that you surround yourself with. Yeah. This guy here represents Madison Citrus Nursery, and the minute we started conversating, I already knew
it's going to work out.
Whatever what we were talking about was going to work out in the end because it just makes sense. So Just
That's
let you
perfect.
Finish doing your thing.
So as we walk through here, it's a little bit more of the same. This next house is an interesting one because it's our wholesale house.
Okay.
These are all the varieties that we grow to sell wholesale. There's 3 gallons in here. There's also, it's all 3 gallons and then bigger stuff.
So we have fruit out here.
Yeah, so these are the trees that we, again, grow for them. But
Okay.
one interesting part of the USDA certification is when we grow out the increased trees, which are technically our mother trees or scion trees,
Gotta remove the fruit.
we can only keep them there. Well, no, it's not that. The fans are a little bit loud if you stand in front
We
of
good.
them. You keep them for 5 years. So after 5 years, you have to rotate them out for fresh increased trees.
Okay.
So if you look over here, you'll see a lot of these trees are much bigger. So these are our trees that we've had for 5 years.
So they have to go.
Exactly. So we're selling these trees. A lot of landscapers would buy these trees. They are available today.
Or somebody like
Yes.
this guy.
Exactly. They are available today at a very
somebody like this
at
guy.
a very steep discount. I heard someone talking earlier today they were looking for a U-Haul.
Oh wow! So they were ready
Yeah, they're
to take some
gonna
home.
buy a bunch because they're
Yes.
probably reselling them. But I
I
think
mean, that's what she was talking about earlier today
Yeah.
because she kept her main question was, how long before I get fruit?
yeah,
So that would be the answer.
about 5 hours.
About 5 hours.
Yeah,
Just take it
take
home and start.
Yep, exactly. Or
Yeah.
just eat it on the way home.
Yeah.
But these are Miwok kumquats. They're super sweet kumquats.
We have that, the Miwok kumquat.
Yep, those are good ones.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, this is just where they pick up the wholesale ones. And then down here, some giant trees too. This is all somewhat new because they moved them out of our increase house into here. But there's citrons and Buddha's hands over there.
The Buddha hand. Oh, let me show them this Buddha
yeah.
hand.
So
Now this is the Buddha hand that we were just showing you. This is on the tree itself, and these are what I have. I have 2 of these.
now we don't grow a ton of fruit because any fruit that we grow is kind of wasted energy.
Right.
So there's some rust mite damage from these
Yeah.
because we don't treat the fruit because
Right.
it's not.
Not what you
Yeah,
growing.
not really
You're
what we're
growing
trying to
the
do.
trees,
Yeah.
not the fruit.
And that's also why, if you look, you'll see that these are very heavily pruned. And the reason they're heavily pruned is because we're pruning them for the budwood alone.
Okay.
So these are the budwood trees.
Okay, and then you're transferring them.
Exactly, and then
creating
that's
more.
what we're grafting out there is the
Okay.
budwood. And then after 5 years, we're selling these ones out because we've got new ones growing.
And what are these?
Those are Etrog citrons. They
What do
use
they taste
them.
like?
I had one last night. They're very good for air fresheners and things like that,
Okay,
and they
but
taste like an air freshener.
Okay.
Yeah, I had never had one until last night. We sliced it up, and I was like, okay, we're not giving this one out.
Okay.
They use them in religious ceremonies for Jewish faith as well as
the Buddha hand as
and
well.
the Buddha's hand as well. Yep.
Yeah.
That has flesh in it though that you can actually eat.
Right, the Buddha hand
This
does
is
not.
all pith.
Yeah,
They
all
would
pith.
typically zest this or they would candy it or
I'll
something
tell you
like that.
like candied
Yep.
or the marmalades.
Yeah, perfect. Yep,
Yeah,
that makes sense too.
marmalade.
And I love for marmalades. I like orange quat as well as Thomasville
Okay,
citrange quat. If you've
okay,
not
that's
grown
a
those,
new one.
they're worth it because the peel has enough texture to come through,
Okay.
and it's got enough flavor that it makes sense.
All right, so that's a new one.
Yeah, those are 2 good ones. But we'll head back that way, and then we'll continue down through and go into the actual increase house, where the magic happens.
Where the magic happens.
And by that, I mean that's where everything starts. Without the increase house with the certified trees and the certified budwood in-house, we could never do this.
I love this greenhouse, man. This is
Yeah. Herschel started out
this
as a
is
greenhouse
a
builder.
whole, and he was 16 when he started, is what you were saying.
Yep.
Okay.
He has learned a lot, and he's constantly learning.
Okay. So started at 16 growing, or at least working.
Working in the
cit-
greenhouses, yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the stories that I think I had heard from him is he went into a greenhouse and talking to a garden center guy, and the garden center guy was interviewing him, and he's like, well, those trees way back there look like they need to be watered. And the guy looked, and he's like, my workers don't even realize that.
Okay.
Because
Gave
you
him
could
the
tell
job.
way in the back
You
that they
got
were
the
dry.
job.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It says Buddha hand makes the best oil.
Oil.
Okay.
So maybe there's a lot of oil.
So so orange oil.
There's so much to learn. Like even though I'm as immersed in it as I am, the usage of it really interests me. But I
Right.
don't know what people use all of it for. So for example, we have bergamot sour orange. They
Okay.
use that in Earl Grey tea.
Okay.
So the Earl Grey tea smells exactly like the oil in the peel.
We used to use it it in bergamot hair grease.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have customers. We have customers that use it
there
in
you go.
soy candles. So they buy them, they grow
Get
them, and they
that
actually use the
fragrance.
oil and the soy candles, and they sell the candles. So there's so many cool uses that I need to get better at being able to convey video or through blog
And
and all
with the
that.
Buddha hand, with the pith being as thick as it is, orange oil.
Yeah, there's a lot of oil in it for sure.
If you haven't used orange oil, if you have ants in your bed,
True.
you can do 1 tablespoon of the orange oil to a gallon of water, pour it into the ant mound, and the next day you won't have any more ants.
That makes sense.
You did a video on that.
Yeah. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to grow the Buddha hand for that specific.
That makes sense. And I mean, super natural. You're not hurting the soil and all that stuff. Good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And where we have this is the wholesale house. This is where we load the wholesale orders. So he built this section so that way we can pull thousands of trees in there, get them staged, shut this door, and then we're not introducing pests and or the risk of having that stuff come into the greenhouse.
It's kind of like the first doors
Exactly,
where you go
with
through.
the positive pressure.
Yeah.
There's an air curtain above that door that blows air out whenever it's opened. So again, everything in here, the emphasis is on safety, protection, and keeping everything certified.
Certified. That's the word for the day. Can we say certified?
So a few more of the bigger trees. We actually have a lot of the guys that were speaking earlier today were college, either from UCR or Dr. Shaparo, who was here from University of Florida.
So what are these?
Those ones are Sakari.
How do they taste?
So the word Sakari actually means sugar.
Oh.
So they taste exactly how you would think. They're super sweet. In the greenhouse, they're not as good because it's just a different growing in a pot, and where we don't fertilize for fruit, we fertilize for growth. But they are a very good fruit.
So
I've got some of them.
32-ish.
Yeah, I mean they could take a little freeze. You know what I mean? But again, short duration.
So basically a pot.
Yeah,
if you're
you would grow in a pot, depending on where you are.
Yeah. Okay. And what is this called again?
Certified.
Certified. Can we say certified?
So it's Sakari. Succari.
Shikari.
Yeah, Shikari.
Shikari. Okay, so y'all remember Shikari, a sweet orange. I'm learning just like you guys are learning.
Well, there's so many varieties.
Yeah.
You fertilize not for fruit, but for...
Yeah. So here, because the emphasis isn't growing on fruit, we're just trying to get as much growth as we can from the trees. So
because they're a grower,
yes,
not necessarily looking for the fruit. They want the plants to leave out of here healthy, so when they get to you, then you can start in your next season with the flowers and then the fruit. So
Someone's saying, do you need 2 citrus trees for...
cross-pollination.
So they needed 2 citrus trees for cross-pollination.
Trees like Mineola tangelo that you do need a tangerine in order to get more fruit.
I like this guy.
You'll get a little bit of fruit, but you won't get a lot.
I like this guy.
So the answer is both. But in general, almost everything that we sell is self-fertile. You don't need a second one.
Don't need a second one.
You, the running joke that I usually put in the email responses is you'll get more fruit if you have 2.
Shikari. What is that again?
Sakari.
Sakari.
Yeah, well, it's like sucralose, Sakari.
Sakari.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's acidless, so you get just mostly sweet.
Okay,
yeah. They get big.
I may have to get one.
Yeah, they're good. But that's a great question.
We might have to come back with the truck.
And like I was saying, we have a lot of the doctors that come down or come up from Florida. Some of these trees have tags in them, like in the actual pots, and they're doing tests or they're using the pollen from that tree to do their breeding program.
Okay.
So like Dr. Shaparo earlier is using some of the pollen from these trees over here, the orange quats that I was talking about earlier.
Oh, those are nice looking.
Yeah, they're beautiful trees and they're a very productive tree.
Now, are they sweet?
They are not sweet. So it's
they're
kumquat, you eat the peel and everything. They are orange flavored, but they're not sugary or sweet.
So the rind is not sweet as,
no,
as the
it's not like a miwa or like a fukushu.
Okay.
But that's why this is, I would cut it up and I would use it in a marmalade because again, the texture of it
Okay.
and the peel is good enough to eat. It's just not sweet like the typical kumquats.
Okay.
And there's a ton of juice in them.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's a very productive tree for its size.
All right.
It's one of the ones that I really enjoy. I grow it at home.
All right.
And
So what
then-
is this? Is this the same thing here, just not?
No, that looks like a Nasner. Oh, Chinoto. So that's a sour orange. You can tell the leaves are way
See,
different.
hold up. My guy just looking at the,
Yeah,
just
you
looking
can tell by
back
the
here and
you
then
can tell by the
calling the
leaves on
name
this
out.
one.
He sounded like me and my blueberries, you know what I mean? Because I can look at my blueberries and kind of tell what it
Yep.
is. He looking at the citrus trees and telling me what they are.
And then here's some more weeping dragon. You can see how pretty they are. It's
They
just
are.
they all have their own
They
personality.
are. And what was the story behind it? That they would, was it the trifoliate that they would put them outside the bedrooms?
Yeah, to keep off the
to keep
spirits or
people-
something.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
or they put them and make a hedge so that way you can't get in
Can't
for
get into-
security hedge.
For security.
Yep, there's a bunch of
absolutely.
different things that they do with
Yeah.
them. I have a really contorted one that I have at my house. My wife isn't a huge fan of them
Okay.
because they're ornamental and they don't
And
earn their keep. You know what I
and they
mean?
Perk. If
Yeah,
if
they
you
got
ever
some-
get stuck with one, it's not just a perk. It's you actually
Yeah,
swell up.
yeah, they're big. Yeah, for sure. They
Yeah.
will give you a little bit of a, not an infection, but
It'll-
yeah.
Money says fascinating.
Hey, Dr. Sev, thanks for coming in. She always in my lives too, so I really appreciate. We're at Madison Citrus Nursery in what's
Southern Georgia. It's Ray City.
Just say Ray City.
Yeah.
We'll say Ray City. But we had the 2025 Citrus Expo down here for the last 2 days, so it's wrapped up. And my guy Lou decided to give us a personal tour of the place because in 2026 we're going to be partnering with Madison Citrus Nursery, and we're going to be bringing you everything that you see here that we are able to get to the public. So everything that I know I have, which is the Miwa,
Yeah, for sure.
you
You
sell
got-
pine sour? Yeah,
We do, yeah.
I have the Miwa.
Yeah, but you also have, I think, Brown Select and
Brown Select.
some of those.
Brown Select
Satsuma
is an excellent one, and that one's in the ground. It just handled that 25
Yep.
in its first year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
so-
good. They're good trees.
Yeah. So
Someone said I need one of those Sakari. She
that.
just checked them on the website.
All right.
Yep.
So there we go. A sale
And we'll
already.
update the inventory on the website. We're selling a lot today.
Yeah.
We have more, so just if there's something on there that doesn't have any inventory, you can click the be notified,
Yeah.
and then we will see it. But again,
Okay.
you'll have it on your site soon
That's
as well.
right.
So we'll be able to get
everything-
that done.
Do you ship to Texas? Someone asked.
That's a really good question. So there's a few states we can't ship to, and the reason being they're citrus producing states. So if your state produces citrus, they protect the industry and they don't
right.
allow.
Piece
Yeah,
of
the
a
peel
sweet
is
orange outside. Finish this.
So these are still ours because we have so many varieties. We have over 500 varieties of citrus now. We have like 540 or so in-house. So this is a variety that's gorgeous. Variegated calamondin. Calamondin are super sour. Do you grow those at all?
I haven't.
Okay. So they are used in fish sauce. They're used in, you can actually like squeeze them over a grilled chicken on the barbecue because it has enough flavor that it carries through the chicken. These are a little bit more mild because they're not quite, because of the variegation.
Okay.
But if you look when you come by, you'll get the green with the stripes in them.
So it reminds me of my Eureka.
Okay, yeah, the variegated pink
The
lemon.
variegated-
Yeah, or variegated
variegated
Eureka. Yep,
Eureka,
and same
yeah.
thing with the variegated Minneolas too.
Okay.
And you'll see if you look at the ripe fruit, they've got a little bit of the striation or the stripe there too, but that's where they start. And this tree is 5 years old, shows you its growth habit, and then it stays a little bit
So
smaller.
this is something you want. Patios.
Exactly.
I mean, this is what's the flavor like?
I mean, you're welcome to try one. It's going to be tart. So coming from, you know, it's really just the inside. I mean, maybe not the whole thing, but you can try it. It's going to be, it'll be tart and juicy. But you could see on chicken, or if you were to make like a limeade or something, you just muddle a couple of
That
those.
is bitter.
The flavor's good. It's just you're gonna get hit with the punch.
Yeah, it's not a trifoliate.
Yeah, it's not a bad
bitter.
flavor. It's
Yeah,
just a lot.
It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is strong.
Yeah, and this is mild compared
And
to
you
the
could
non-variegated.
eliminate. Man, that is on some fish.
Well, exactly. It
Oh,
cuts through
man.
everything you cook, and that's why they use it in the sauces and all that.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of those in a glass, some sugar and some water, and you've got yourself a limeade that, you know, that's
One of these could probably make a whole cup.
they're super productive. The trees just are
And
loaded.
what's the height on it? At
I
maturity?
mean, when it's mature, probably about 6, 7 foot. I mean, it's not going to be a huge
So
tree.
perfect.
Now he has one over there that's like 25 feet. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's been there for 20 years, and it's on really standard strung rootstock.
Okay.
But the beauty of this is you have fruit in all stages. So here's green, Here's where it's starting, and then here's where
So
it's
it's constantly flowering?
You're going to get a lot of fruit throughout the year.
Okay,
Yeah, they're really good.
great.
More of these, and then up here we're going to actually come into some of the 3-gallon trees that we actually sell.
What is this?
These are
Look like avocados at one point.
yeah, they're
It
citrange
being
clots,
paired-
but they do
citrange
yeah, but they
clots.
do look like avocados. Now smell these. You can't smell it on the camera, but it's one of the more fragrant ones. When the flowers are in the
Like
greenhouse, it's just watch out
a
behind.
Camillo?
The Meyer lemons are really good too.
What's the fragrance I'm looking for?
Let the professional get in there.
What is that fragrance I'm thinking of? He was just talking about them, the last speaker.
Oh, camellias?
Camellias.
Yeah, some of the fragrant ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just one of
camellias.
those things where, you know, some of the citrus have such a really intense.
But see, that's why I like the Buddha hand.
Yeah.
Because the Buddha hand,
Huge
you can
flowers.
grow in the house, and it's like having citronelle
Yeah.
throughout the house. As
Yeah.
soon as you walk in, you smell that citrus.
Yep.
And
And
that-
in here, when everything's blooming and you walk in, you're like, oh,
Oh
it just
man,
smells so good.
yeah. So that's why what's one of the main reasons why I
Why
wanted
you're
to
growing
grow
it.
the Buddha hand.
Yeah.
Because that's an indoor plant. Because it doesn't do well outside.
Yeah, it's not good with cold.
Yeah. So grow it inside. It gets acclimated to that indoors, and it'll grow pretty well in a very lit window.
Yeah, and the acclimation is the bigger piece too, because a lot of times when you bring your trees in,
You're gonna
they'll
shock
drop
it.
leaves.
Yeah.
The reason they drop leaves is that change in humidity.
Yeah.
And if they drop a lot of leaves, look for the vent that's blowing air on your tree.
Because what I have, and similar to how this water is down here, I have the water trays
Yeah, perfect.
up under mine.
Yep.
with-
Keep them a little bit
sitting
more
on rocks.
humid. And
Yeah. So
That's perfect.
So if you have your citrus inside, one of the ways to keep that humidity up is put a water tray on the bottom, put some pebbles on the bottom, and then sit the citrus pots on top of that, and then that keeps that humidity going.
and also don't panic if some leaves drop because
Right,
it's
expected.
normal.
Yeah.
Right up here, like I said, this is a couple more, and then we'll get into the 3-gallon trees, and then unfortunately the tour's over.
Okay.
But we did see a lot. The variegated calamondin, I'm sorry, variegated kumquat, which is
Okay.
a centennial.
Someone wants to know what's the shortest growing lemon and orange you can grow in the house.
Just
tree?
the
Shortest growing.
pot size will make a difference.
Yeah, you have to really maintain it with pruning and pot size. Now,
Yeah.
if you were going to grow something dedicated to a house, you may want to look at our dwarf trees, which are on Flying Dragon. The issue is it's still going to get big eventually.
Without pruning.
Yeah, eventually it just grows shorter in the season. So
Yeah.
the dwarf trees wake it up later in the spring and put it to sleep a little sooner in the fall. So you get a shorter growing season, smaller
Yeah,
tree.
yeah, smaller tree. But pot size and of course pruning,
Yeah.
those are the main
Those
two
are the
things.
biggest things for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's just a lot of people buy them and they think they can keep them bonsai.
Yeah.
And you'll never really get
That's
fruit as a
work.
bonsai.
Yeah, that's work.
This is a really good example of how we prune these trees in here. This is a Buddha's hand, but we prune them hard because they needed that budwood to do grafting.
Okay.
So we'll let them grow up nice and straight and then clip them, and then that's what makes all the new trees.
Okay. So so those branches that grow up, what are we calling those?
Scion.
Scion.
Scion wood or
Okay.
budwood.
Budwood, scion. So that's what you hear them saying, budwood. Same
Yeah, that's
thing
right.
as we're saying scion. So you're going to have your rootstock on the bottom, which is what's cold hardy, which is going to be your trifoliate.
So you can see where it's grafted right there.
Yeah.
So this is the rootstock down here, and actually here's a good view of it. You can see the trifoliate.
Yeah, coming
So
off
this is
here.
one of the branches
Yeah.
that's growing out of the rootstock as a
And
sucker.
this is what they mean when they say trifoliate, 3. It's the 3 leaves right there. And that's the big citrus tree that I have in my backyard, in which I do kind of the opposite of what you guys are doing, because I'll take, as you would say, budwood off the top of my trifoliate,
Yep.
and I'll do an air layer.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep. And
So
then
I-
you're just growing the roots later.
There you go.
Yep, same thing.
Just growing the roots
And if you
later.
look at this on the way by, you'll notice that this is grafted here. This is where that piece was bent over and then
Okay.
snipped off later. So you can actually see the whole
I
process.
can't wait to try that.
You can see the whole process in a 3-gallon tree of how it
Yeah,
works.
I cannot wait to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's already
changer.
Yeah, it's a game changer. Just in the theory of what it looks like.
Yeah.
It just looks like it makes sense.
And remember, back in the day, they would actually bend trees over to the ground, put a brick on it, and it
Yeah,
would root, and then
that's
they
right.
cut that.
That's right.
So
And
it's that
just snap
same.
the
You're just using the
branch.
you're using the
And they
chemicals.
just snap the branch.
Yep. Australian red pulp Australian red pulp finger lime. So these are our finger limes here. If you've never had them, they're like
Thorny.
yeah,
Very thorny.
they're very thorny, but they're crunchy. The fruit is crunchy on the inside.
Okay.
They're a little bit floral when they're not ripe, but they're a conversational
right
piece.
here.
Yeah, let me get you one that's ripe.
Finger lines. Now I know Broke has these also.
Yeah, they're actually, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah.
So all you have to do is snap in the middle.
They're more novelty than
Yeah.
anything.
I give them to my friends. I don't really
Yeah, I
eat
don't,
too many of them.
It's like,
But-
it's just good to say you have it.
Let me
You know
let
what
me
I mean?
break it in the middle, and you can see how it works. So
I saw a lady cutting them up.
yeah, I don't have a knife on me. I
So
had one.
what do you use them for?
So as you squeeze them out,
Okay,
see all those vesicles? They're actually crunchy.
okay.
I've never had it's citrus caviar is what they call them.
Okay.
So use them
Looks
as a
like
garnish.
caviar.
Use them as a garnish, or you use them as sushi rolls, things like
Okay.
that. People use them in the restaurant industry. But for the home gardener,
So there is a use for them.
yeah, I mean I don't personally have one, but yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But if you want to try, I can grab one for
No,
you.
I don't.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. That kumquat, I'm really impressed with that though.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones.
Ooh,
That's that lime I just threw out.
that smell?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're super fragrant.
Wow. You smell that?
You gotta just walk through it.
Yeah.
All these, you can see the labels on the wall. These are the ones that we do offer in 3 gallons.
Okay.
Again, 540-ish varieties. We don't have everything in 3s
Right.
because of the footprint it takes.
Right.
But as you can see, the 1 gallons versus the 3 gallons, these are much more branched out
Okay.
because that tree is taking up 9 places. You could have 9 1-gallon trees in the same spot. You would have that as a footprint.
So in comparisons to the 1 gallon,
Yep.
how soon? Because that's the question most people are going to ask.
How soon will I
can
get
you
to this?
Fruit?
So, so it's a hard one to answer.
Right.
So some of them are grafted at the same time, so the same
Okay.
group. So we'll take some of the 1 gallons that we will graft and we'll put them in 3s, grow them out.
Okay.
So they're not
so
necessarily
they're just growing faster.
they're not necessarily older, although a lot of them are. They might be a half year older, but really what you're getting is more root system to
Okay.
support more fruit
Makes
sooner.
it grow faster.
Yep, and you have more branching to hold fruit. So where you've got to cut it off for 2 to 3 years,
Right.
you don't have to cut it off for 2 to 3 years because you're that much closer to a
So
stronger
again, the example of pot size,
tree. Yep.
keeping those roots constricted,
Yeah.
holding the size of the plant down.
Yeah.
So the smaller that pot is, the slower the plant will grow.
Exactly. But there is one trick to that though.
Okay.
You can't take a 1 gallon, or you shouldn't take a 1 gallon and put it in a 10-gallon pot or bigger.
Right. Upsize.
Because go
Yeah,
from a 1 to a 3,
stages.
a 3 to a
'Cause
10.
As a matter of fact, when I just did my citrus, I went from where I rooted it
Yep.
into a 6-inch pot.
Yeah, perfect. And what happens is it grows roots, hits the side, and then you get top growth.
There you go.
If you go right to a big pot, you think your tree's a dud because
And
it's not growing.
it also increases the chances of root rot
True,
because
because the water's, it's holding more water.
that's right, holds more water. The root doesn't take up that moisture. That's
And it's
in the
not that you
soil.
can't, you have to be more careful with the watering, and
Right,
you have to
right.
understand your expectation isn't you're going to grow a big tree right away.
right.
Because it's filling it with roots.
Right, absolutely.
And again, these are just more of the 3 gallons. This is a limeberry. I don't even know that we're selling many more of them. The flavor in them is not very good, but it's a beautiful plant.
Okay.
And then this is the loop. We're back to where we started. And like I said, it was great that we could bring everybody with us. This is a
Yes.
special event. People don't typically get in
Okay.
in general. You
And
guys
that's,
are,
and that's because we are certified.
yeah,
So come on now. You
we
got-
are. At this point, I'm feeling certifiable.
Certifiable. Okay.
Added if they have any questions.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you take it, Lou.
Yeah, what questions do you guys have? I mean, you've seen everything from, you didn't see the growing of the seed, but believe me, put the seed in, the rootstock grows up. I mean, here's some smaller ones, they grow up. Then we graft, they grow up, and then we sell from there. But what part of the process do you guys have questions about? Is there anything that I can answer?
Yeah, drop it in the comments. Actually, you can leave it in because the live, when it comes back up, the live will show the replay.
Okay.
And then we'll go back and we'll answer some of the stuff. And even Lou.
Yeah, I'll jump in the comments
yeah,
too and answer some
yeah,
questions too.
yeah.
Just give me a little bit of time. We're
So
wrapping up the
we're gonna be
event, but-
tag teaming on a lot of this stuff with the citrus because I'm a novice
Yeah,
to
for
the
sure.
citrus. He's more.
I might be able to
far
learn some
more-
blueberry stuff.
Absolutely. So it's gonna be that symbiotic relationship.
Yep.
We're gonna be trading off some things.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring the citrus to the table. I'm gonna bring the blueberries, but at the end of the day, it's all gonna be success.
For sure.
Someone
yeah.
can say
I appreciate it.
certified with the trophy.
Certified with a trophy. That's right.
That's perfect.
That's the word of the day. Certified.
So
Okay, hey, what's going on, Psalms? Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you guys. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this tour up. And again, I want to say thanks to Madison Citrus Nurseries. Ray City
Ray City.
was where the main
That's
operations
where we ship
are.
from.
That's
Yeah,
where
we're all
they ship
wholesale.
from.
Or we're all online
It's going to
retail.
be available on growingoutthebox.com. So everything that you saw here that's available to the public will be available on growingoutthebox.com. And those grafting knives.
Yeah.
When you guys see these grafting knives, and I know they're limited
Yeah,
because
he's
he
gotta make
hands
them, yeah.
he hands makes them.
Yep.
So again, we're gonna just sign off from here. We appreciate you guys. 2 days down here at the Citrus Fest. We had Broke Farmer down here with us. We had Growing What I Eat down here. We had what was
Honey girls.
Honey Girl. Honey Girl was down here with us. Keith from Texas, who's gonna be my figs guy. So
That's awesome.
we just made
Brian from Texas.
Brian. Okay, Keith was the.
I used to grow a lot of figs,
persimmon.
but I don't anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
Keith is the persimmon guy. Pawpaws.
Keith is the persimmon guy. Brian from Texas, so we're gonna be hooking up with him. He has the figs, so we're gonna be able to bring you guys some figs. So
That's
it's
awesome.
been an awesome weekend of just connecting, brotherhood,
Yeah,
just
collaboration and-
collaborations, and partnership.
Want to be
So-
crafty? Say thank you for the tour.
Yes,
Appreciate you guys
yes.
coming along.
We appreciate you guys, and we out of here. Going out the
Have a
box,
good one.
Madison Citrus Nursery. My guy Luke.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna show a little bit.
Okay, do your thing. You know how to shut it out? Okay.
These are some of the 1 gallons that actually have fruit on them that are going out. So
Absolutely.
they grow.
Okay. Yeah, just turn the mic off.
I actually like to leave Herschel's mics on.
get the edited version.
up version. But I appreciate you guys coming through.
Hey man, this has been a treat.
And it's cool to be able to show people stuff that we don't necessarily